Hello everyone, welcome to Shet Vidya Mandir Junior College of Commerce and Science audio video lecture series. This is your maths professor Jaya Sharma, and this video we will be seeing maths paper 1 lesson number 1 mathematical logic, all the sums which are of different types from exercise 1.2. This is truth table showing all the values for different connectives in one table. We have already discussed about this in the previous video. I will be sharing the link in the description section below. Take down this table for once. Now that we are known to all the values of truth table using different connectives, let's start with the sum. Question number 1 is construct the truth table for the following statements. Statement is like this: P implies Q and Q, this whole in bracket, implies P. Okay, so here two statements are there. In all we will be needing 2 raised to n rows, that is 2 raised to 2, it will give us 4 rows. Okay, then we make half of it, so we write 2 times T, 2 times F. Second column we write T, F, T, F. Okay, then how I have made these columns, I have already written it. I'll explain it to you once. Now see, from the statement pattern given, you start from the beginning. It is P implies Q. That is, you have to make the columns by solving what is given inside the bracket first. Okay, so you write next column we get P implies Q. Then we will solve this. So I have taken that as fourth column, and then this whole bracket we will get answer here in this column that implies P. So this whole thing I have written here. Fine. Now let's start solving it. P implies Q. Now if you remember the results properly, in implication only if T implies F, it is F, else it is true. So you find out that T implies F, it is here in second row. T implies F, it will be F here, rest all it will be true. Okay, next P implies Q and Q. Now and I already explained this earlier. For and you can consider multiplication mathematical operator for by taking these as binary digit values, as 1 for T and 0 for F. So this third column and Q, T and T, that is 1 into 1, so you get T. F and F, 0 into 0, so you get F. T and T, again you get T. T and F, that is 1 into 0, will give you 0, so we get here F. Okay, now next last column, this fourth column implies P. Now see students, you need to be very careful because this has to be considered first and these values implies values of P. That way you have to take, because single implication, when T implies F, we get F. So first check out for that. We have here T implies T, F implies T, T implies F. Yes, here we will be getting a F, and last one is F implies F. So rest everywhere we will get T. This is the final answer for first sum. This is how we construct the truth table for given statement pattern. Now our next question, P and Q, double implication, Q or R. Now first of all let us discuss how many rows and how many columns we would need in this sum. See, by practice you won't have to do this again and again, but just for mastering this, how many number of rows, 2 raised to n number of rows. Here n is number of statements. Just reminding you once again, we have already covered this in our previous video. Now how many number of statements we have in this? P, Q, R. So there are 3 different statements. So we should get 2 raised to 3, that is 8 rows. And then how many number of columns? M plus n columns. Now what is M here? N is number of statements, M is number of connectives. Now students, whatever I am writing like this for M, N and number of rows and column, you need not write this for your sum while solving the sum. this is just for your understanding. M plus N. N is number of statements, M is number of connectives. How many connectives given here? 1, 2, 3. So 3 connectives plus 3 statements, that would give us 6 columns in all. So how we would write our columns? First one, statement P, column for statement Q, and column for statement R. Okay, and then from the pattern, first of all we will be needing this P and Q. Okay, next we will be needing Q or R, and then we have to apply double implication for both. So that will be our last column, P and Q, double implies Q or R. Okay, now according to our calculations, there should be 8 rows. So that 8 we will divide into half. 4 times T and then 4 times F for the first column. Second column of statement Q, we will write 2 times T, 2 times F. Again 2 times T and then 2 times F. For third column of third statement, we will write T, then F, then T, then F, and so on. Okay, now P and Q. Now in the previous sum again, we have already seen P and Q if you use the binary digit values 1 for T and 0 for F. So you can use a multiplication operator and you won't go wrong. Only thing is just check out with the columns you need here. P and Q. So you need to check out with these two column values only. T and T. 1 into 1. 1 into 0. 1 into 0. Here 0 into 1. 0 into 1. Then 0 into 0. And then 0 into 0. Okay. Now next. Q or R. For OR connective, we make use of addition operator of mathematics for the binary digits of 1 and 0. Now Q or R, so we need these two. Okay, 1 plus 1 in binary we will take here 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 0 is 0. And then 1 plus 0 again 1. 0 plus 1 is 1 and 0 plus 0 is 0. Just check out the values once again whether we have got it correct. Compare it. Okay, yes, it is correct. Now the last column, P and Q, double implies Q or R. That is these two columns, double implication. Now let's write down the values for the last column by using double implication connective. See, in double implication what you need to remember is when both the values are same, it will be true, and when both the values are different, as in this case, F double implies T, okay, in such cases the value will be false. Fine. So first of all, it will be easier if you write the values for the same answers, like T double implies T, it will be T. So check out here also same, we will get T. Then F double implies F, so it will be T, and then in the last row. Okay, then remaining you can write F. But be very careful, just check down properly. If both the values are same, then you will get true for double implication connective, else it will be false. So last answer is TTF, T 3 times F and then T. This is the final answer for second question, statement pattern. Now the next question which I have selected has a not or negation connective in it. Question is negation P and P or negation Q and Q. See how we select the columns. We have two statements, so two statement columns, P and Q. Then we need negation of P, negation of Q. In such cases, always remember whenever negation is there, see that you take the negation columns first. Okay, so I take negation P, negation Q, and then from here we will solve the bracket first. In bracket also this bracket first. So we will take P or negation Q as our next column, and then we will take or negation Q and Q, that is this full bracket, and then last the whole statement. Just check how I have written negation P and this big bracket I have written in the next line. It is very important that you be presentable in writing the sums. Okay, if you are not able to manage any column in one straight line, you can take that column down. Okay, now let's solve this. Only two statements, so we will be needing 4 rows as T, T, F, F in first column, and then T, F, T, F in second column, and then negation of P. So negation of P, from here we get F, F, T, T. Negation of Q, be very careful while writing so that you don't get confused and take values from the other columns for Q. So negation of Q we will take from here. We will get F, T, F, T. Okay. Next, P or negation Q. So you need to compare these two, P or negation Q. Fine. So or we use addition. 1 plus 0 is 1. So you get T, and then 1 plus 1 T, F. Okay, this value should be T instead of F because P or negation Q. So F or T will give you T. Next, we have this column and Q. So you have to compare these two. Just check out the values here. We have got fine. So AND operator we use, and for AND connective we use multiplication. This and this. So we get T, F, F and F. Fine. Next, last column. Be careful while writing. Careful with the columns value you have to refer to write the answer. Okay, we want now next negation P and then and this column. So F into T, F and T, that is 0 into 1, get F, here F, and then here again F, and then the last one again F. Oh, so this question, last column, we are getting all values as F. Further, we will be seeing a question wherein it is asked, check out whether given statement patterns are tautology, contingency or contradiction. So if you get all false, it is contradiction. We'll see it later. Let's move on to next question now. Okay, our next statement pattern in logic. P implies Q implies R. Double implies P and Q implies R. Pretty lengthy one. Main question remains the same. Here we are asked to construct the truth table for the following statement patterns. Now from the question we can make out there are 3 different statements. So I have taken first 3 columns for the respective statement, and then accordingly I have taken the columns ahead. See, I actually instructed earlier also, first of all stress on solving whatever is inside the bracket. So first bracket we need to solve Q implies R first. So whose result we will use to solve this. P implies this full bracket. So this is how I have taken the column headings, and just check how I have adjusted the last column here. This could be taken down also. Now total number of rows needed here, since there are 3 statements, we will be needing 8 rows. So we take 4 times T and 4 times F in first column, and then 2 times T and 2 times F, yes, this way, and then 1 time T, 1 time F, T, F, T, F, and so on. Okay, now next Q implies R. For implication, what is the result we need to remember? For implication, when T implies F, then it is what it is. When T implies F, it is F. Okay, rest it will be true. When T implies F, it is F, rest it will be true. So let's check out here. First of all, write down the result for this. T implies F. So check out this column. Here we will get F, and then this won't work. This is F implies T. Okay, we are asked to use Q implies R, so this becomes F implies T, so no need to write F there. It's only when T implies F you will get F. Okay, next here also we get F. That's it. Remaining we will get true, so we can write that. Fine, this column is done. Now next, P implies Q implies R. So we need to compare first column and fourth column. Again same thing, when T implies F, put F. So first of all we will write down for T implies F. Okay, and then again we are not having anywhere, so we have only one F here in this column, and rest you can write down T. So this will help you to solve the sum quickly and accurately. Then we have P and Q. Multiplication, 1 into 0, 0 into 0, 0 into 1, and so on. P and Q. So these two we have to compare. Okay, here we get T, T, F, 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 F. Again I am reminding you how I am doing. I am taking 0 for F and I am taking 1 for true. Okay, so and then I am multiplying it, 0 into 1, 0, so I get F here. Then next F and F. You can check this once again whether it is correct or no. Okay, fine. Now next one, P and Q implies R. So here be very careful. We have to use P and Q values first. That implies R. Okay, so first take these values and then look out here, because you need to remember for single implication, for implication T implies F will give us F. So first let us check that. Okay, this implies R. So this one, T implies F, where we have T implies F, there we will get F. Okay, and then let's see, rest know where it is T, so remaining places we will get true. See, it's going easy like this. I hope you are following it correctly. And then next one we have double implication for which two columns. This is, one is this column and the last one this column. Now in double implication what we need to remember, when both the values are same it is true. When both the values are same it is true for double implication. Okay, so now let's check out these two. Here we get T, here we get T, T, T. Oh, this is T, fully T. So that means this all values in the last column we are getting as T, and further we will be seeing this is a perfect example of tautology statement pattern. Let's move further now. Our next sum, this is a different type of question. It says, using truth table, prove logical equivalence in the following statements. See here, this is equivalence symbol. We have to prove a logical equivalence in the statement pattern. So here we have this part which is written in the left hand side of the equivalence sign. This is LHS and this is RHS. What you need to do is solve for LHS part and solve for RHS part, compare both values and then state whether it is equivalent or not. Now in this sum, see, I'll explain how we are supposed to solve this. You need to prepare a truth table, that is for sure. Now first of all I checked out how many statements are there in this question. I have P, Q, only two statements. So first column as it is P, Q, and then moving, see earlier I explained if there is a negation in the question, better you take that the very next after taking the statements. Okay, so I have taken here third column as negation P, and then from here I have taken this bracket Q implies P as fourth column, and then this left hand side. Fine. Next, from RHS negation P I have already taken implies P implies Q, so I'll have to take this column. I have taken it here, and then next negation P implies Q, whole thing here. Now which two columns we are supposed to compare to show the logical equivalence in this sum? It is first, second, third, fourth, fifth column we will be comparing the values with last, that is 7th column. Okay, so it is very much better if we write the column numbers like this: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. It will be very convenient for us to state the final answer also further. Let's see how we're going to do it. Okay, first of all, let's solve this. T, T, F, F, and then we take T, F, T, F, and a negation P, so we will get F, F, T, T. Then next, Q implies P, that is, if T implies F, then it is a false, else it is true. So we get T, T, F, T. Okay, next, P implies Q implies P. First column implies fourth one, so you have to be very careful where T implies F. There is nowhere T implies F, just check out. Nowhere it is T implies F, right? So all the values will be true. Next, P implies Q, these two. T implies F will give you F, remaining you will get T. Last one, negation P implies Q negation P implies Q. So that means we have to compare third and sixth column, right? Third and sixth column. So let's check out T implies F, where we have T implies F. There's nowhere T implies F, so all the values will be true. Yes, this has gone correct. This is how we will complete the truth table first of all. Fine. Now the question is, using this truth table, prove the logical equivalence. So to prove the logical equivalence, we need to check out, this is which column number? 5th column here. And this one is 7th column. So we need to compare 5th and 7th column. Okay. Just check how I am writing the answer, final answer. We will write, since truth values of column 5th and 7th are identical, hence what we get, you can write the full statement pattern given. Hence P implies Q implies P is equivalent to negation P implies Q. It is very important that you state the final answer in this manner. Okay, here we are done with the sum. Going in the sequence order, we are on 6th sum, and this is the last type of question asked in second exercise. Examine whether the statement patterns are a tautology, contradiction or contingency. Now see children, till now we are only working with the truth table, so it is better that you practice the values of truth table, how the different values are obtained for different connectives, and then all the sums are similar and very easy, very scoring lesson it is. Okay, now here again this is a statement pattern given to us. We are asked to find out or examine whether it is a tautology, contradiction or contingency. Now here only I'll explain. Tautology means once you reach the final column, see this is the column where I have the whole statement pattern here. Okay, because I have been solving the values which are asked inside the bracket here by one in the different columns, and then last one I reach with the final full statement pattern. What you need to do is you need to compare the values which you will be getting in the last column. If it is all true, all values are true, then you will call that statement pattern a tautology. If all values are false, then such a statement pattern will be called as contradiction. And if you get true, false or mixed answers for true and false, then it will be contingency. Now let's check out, this sum is an example of which of these three. Okay, now I take here T, T, F, F. By now you also might be expert in taking the values here. Negation P I have to do, so F, F, T, T. Negation Q, F, T, F, T. Then we have negation P and negation Q, that is these two columns, and means multiplication 0 into 0, 0, 0, 0, and here 1. Okay, next negation of this column. So just write down, this is easy to write. Okay, the last column is negation of negation P and negation Q or Q. So you have to compare this column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th column. You have to compare with column second, that is Q, using OR operator. Okay, so here we get T, T, T. The last one we are getting F. Oh, so one value we got F. That means all values in this last column are not same. They are not identical. They are not either all true or all F. So it is neither tautology nor contradiction, but it is an example of contingency. So how we state the answer? We write here clearly truth values in the last column. Truth values in the last column are not same. Therefore, given statement pattern is contingency. Very important that you clearly state this answer. Okay, here we are done with the sum, and here we are done with all different types of questions from exercise 1.2 of lesson number 1, mathematical logic.